another match against our friend Jace from the Mox Forge. We are on the play again. No fast acceleration, but besides that, I think it's pretty decent. So I would like to keep this. He might be on his 5-color aggro deck again. We will see. But I really love this deck Tobias built. The Angel Stompy. I just did some minor adjustments. So it's almost completely his list. I think I want to go with the plains here. It's always nice to bluff a Swords to Plowshares. But let's remove the stops. Next turn we have several options like Rishadan Port for him, Marble Diamond, or cycling the Eternal Dragon. So for the reason he did not play the threat turn 1, it might be tempting to port, but I think I want to get some mana down here. If we draw land next turn, we are in a great position with this setup. And it's so strong that you can't prevent an Exalted Angel with a Meddling Mage, because you can just bring it into play with Morph and flip it later. Really love the card. Loved it as a child and still love it. And we just discussed in the Discord server which are the strongest Premodern creatures. Okay, here it's like Angel down or cycling Eternal Dragon. I think this might be a bit better. Setting a stop and upkeep, gets the plains down. And we port the Reflecting Pool. Okay, Fire Ice probably on Rishadan Port. Or Plains. Plains would be better, because then he can deny the Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, great card. And great play. And his deck is so cool. I think he went 5-1 in the last league. And it's very well tweaked. Okay. We have a variety of threats, which is very nice. Okay, double Gemstone Mine is not super strong. So, do I want to develop my mana? I guess. I will do it like... I'm not sure. So one plan could be to put the Eternal Dragon down and then play Exalted Angel. But this would feel very bad against the Fire Ice. To lose the Angel against that. So I think I will try the route with the Windborn Muse here. So Windborn Muse is great because the opponent needs to pay 2 colorless mana for each attacking creature. And it really closes the air in the ground against Meddling Mages. Yeah, and absolutely Bolt is viable for Muse. A Soul Land would be decent. Call of the Herd, okay. Plains is fine. So in this case, I would like to go for the Muse here. If he pays to attack, this might be enough for me to play Swords to Plowshares on 1, because 2 elephants are pretty scary. And I really want to use my mana, because there will be the time where he will have a Meddling Mage, which will probably name Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, Gemstone Mines are great on one side, but if it's going for the long game, it's pretty painful. Sylvan Library, okay. Don't want to sort in this case. Not sure what to do. This can resolve first. But I still think we need to use our mana efficiently here. And we have some pressure with Windborn Muse. He might have a bolt for that. Another sword, which is okay. Not great in the face of Sylvan Library. So there's a very small argument for cycling the Decree. And try to find an answer for the library, but I think it would be too aggressive. So I try to go with the planes here. I could bring the angel down, but expose it to a easy removal. I really want to port his best land here to deny some kind of triple spell. I would be very surprised if he do not take 8 damage now. Just to dig deeper. 4 damage, okay. I think the downside is that he do not run fetchlands. So Sylvan Library is not super great. It's still good, but without a shuffle effect, you can stay struck with a combination. Okay, Gerrard's Verdict. So probably Duress before. Okay, I will discard a Decree and a Sword and hope to win the game with the Angel. If he gets the Angel somehow, I will return my Eternal Dragon in upkeep. Okay, now we need to think. So this is a very great draw. I tell you why. I will go for tap here on Undiscovered Paradise, because he's running, I guess, 4 counterspells. And now I can play my Exalted Angel unflipped and through his counterspell. Not scared of any kind of daze or something like this. I will ask him later if he had a counterspell there, but he should have. Otherwise, we would have seen more cards in play. And I want to set a stop in my upkeep to buy back the Eternal Dragon. And I might hardcast it soon to get more damage in the air. Yeah, he might be in a tough position right now. That's not the place the deck wants to be. Okay, Skirge. It's a blocker for Windborn Muse. Okay, I want to buy back the dragon. It's need to think if I want to cycle it for land plus port or if I want to keep it. Parallax Wave is great. Okay, I attack. If I attack with the Angel, it's weak to a combination of block plus lightning bolt or fire and ice. And for this reason, I really want to just cycle the Eternal Dragon. I have the mana to port again, and Next turn I will place a wave just to secure my own creatures. Or I can exile his in addition. So go for that. This was just too dangerous to trade the Great Angel against a card like Lightning Bolt plus Scourge or Fire and Ice plus Scourge. And it was so suspicious that he had so much mana up. We could have trouble resolving the Parallax Wave against a Counterspell. So we might face the same problem next turn. And for this reason I might buy back the dragon again. There's an argument for me to attack with the Windborn Muse. Yeah, I think it's right to attack with the Windborn Muse. So he can't flashback this, because then we will be in the spot again where we can just port away a mana to not have him counterspell up. That hurts. So our plan changed. But at least he do not get life from that. Okay, buyback. Maybe a bit aggressive with this. Yeah, I think it's better to buy the Eternal Dragon back like this. We have another one in graveyard, so port is fine. It's not great by any means, but so here in this spot, I really want to attack with the Muse. And if he blocks, he needs another Scourge for his action with Exalted Angel plus Bolt. And he loses the Thran Quarry in the end step. I will absolutely do a double port. On both Paradise. I somehow mistapped. Really wanted to port another. I will write him. He can't have it, otherwise it will be bounced. Yeah, I can't undo now. So I just ask him if he can. I think it doesn't matter. Misclicked here. But yeah, if we play with friends, sometimes we write if Modo just interrupted us. Or I just wanted to port another land, but he did it. He just ported the Reflecting Pool. I think the problem was that I ported the first land. Modo gave me back priority, or I kept priority, and I tried to port the second, and he floated mana from the second, and I could not undo it. So we decided to let the Reflecting Pool tapped here. Might make a difference. But now the Eternal Dragon will be down soon. This might be hard to... Okay. So the Eternal Dragon might catch a counterspell. I will take a look here. What happens if I attack? I think he has a Fire Ice. Okay, in this case, it's not bad for us, because I can just say port your Undiscovered Paradise. So we will absolutely resolve the Eternal Dragon. Yeah, it made a difference with the porting action, so I'm grateful that you tapped it, Jace. Okay, second main, pretty secure. And here I want to get the furnace down just to prevent it from getting discarded. Depending on his next turn, I might go for the Call of the Herd in his graveyard. Very funny matchup. I think it's still game one. Oh, Wasteland, that's fine. So cool, 5 color plus Wasteland. Vindicate on Angel, this is strong. But we will have some more dragons to come. So let's get the Eternal Dragon back here. With this mana combination. Port is nice. So here I want to attack. I'm not even sure if it's right to go for the Call of the Herd now, but I think it won't be much better. So the problem might be if I draw land now and he has Gerrard's Verdict, he could have another turn. Windborn Muse is okay. So I don't think that the play was great. So let's do this right now. Take one of this mana. And let it resolve. And then port a Gemstone Mine. In the upkeep, a pretty similar play. I really want to tap down the Gemstone Mine to prevent counter magic. Then I attack with the Eternal Dragon. And I think it would be safe for me, or safer for me, to just play the Muse, because I don't want to expose myself to getting burned out, which could really happen with 3 lightning bolts and a fire and ice. If I take 2 damage here, it's much easier. Okay, in the upkeep, tap down the Reflecting Pool, and now whatever happens, happens. Could still be a decent amount of damage, but we have 2 lethal threats next turn. Yeah, pretty grindy. So I think all of these are good. Dust Bowl seems tempting, but I think he is the aggressor. So 3 to bring in. Sea of Cleansing is not particularly strong, but it's okay or good with Parallax Wave. So I think I can cut down on some Armageddons. And what else? One seal, because the wave is strong on its own. Maybe I do want the seal against a card like Sylvan Library and cut down on one Muse. Muse is strong, but he has lightning bolts. So often we just trade 4 mana for 1, which is not great. Plus we could bring down the seal if we do not have counter mana up. Marble Diamond is maybe not strong enough. But I tried like this now. And then we learn from that. Not great. But taking mulligans does not feel great either. So I try to keep this and stabilize with the factories on ground. Might be a bit too bad, but I'm willing to try it out. It's a completely different hand than I used to play with the deck. And if he has Meddling Mage, this is a nice turn 1 play. Oh, that's strong. Really strong. Okay, just play the library here. I don't know if he goes more permanent based. In the following turns, I might just attack with a factory. But I think I need to bring Mindstones down. Yeah, strong start. And even more scary from a aggro deck than from a mid-range or control deck. Skirge, okay. Do I want to trade a factory with Skirge? Not sure. So I will bring the Mindstone down. And then hopefully have the Parallax Wave to do something. So I just cut it to temporal apertures. I'm not really sure how it's pronounced. And 1 powder keg for 3 Parallax Wave. And then I discarded 3 Disenchants for 3 Seal of Cleansing. And this far feels pretty great. So even if you don't have the combination with Seal of Cleansing for the wave, it's just very strong. Okay, here he has Counterspell mana up now. I don't think I can run this into Counterspell. But he needs to bounce this. And he's at 12. So let's try. I'm not sure how to navigate this. I don't want to lose a factory against Fire and Ice. So for this reason, I would... That's dangerous. Okay, I think it's the right play to try for Mindstone. I think this should resolve. Okay, then we activate the factory. It's vulnerable against a card like Lightning Bolt, but then the Muse is maybe secure. Just want to attack for 2 here. So if he has Fire and Ice, I would like to secure it. And he's at 10 now. So Library is slowly losing the advantage. Okay, so it's the Plowshares. No, I would pump this. And getting that sorted is perfect for me. It's like, we know there he is just shipping 3 damage in each turn. Because if he casts another creature spell, he needs to sacrifice this. So 3 is a lot, but he needs to handle a lot. And maybe at some point I draw some ports. This is a great draw. Going for the factory here. Ah, okay. This is fine for me. We can bring down the Windborn Muse now. Or chip 2 damage in. I think it's better to bring the Muse down. He might have an answer for that, but it's fine. It's like we have plenty point of life left. And if he hasn't immediately answer for that, the Paradise will be bounced. And if he do a Wasteland here, plus Bolt on that, he can't counter. And if I resolve 1 wave, I think I'm in a great spot. And I think I need to play the wave into counterspells, because the Paradise will be bounced. Marble Diamond, not a great draw. So let's try the first. Okay, we are in draw here. This is fine for me. So I want to trade this against a counterspell. So counterspell means that he can't remove the Windborn Muse. So on the other hand, he needs to handle this or pay 2 mana if he wants to attack. And if he pays 2 mana, we won't get a counterspell again if he does not draw Mox. So if he has a verdict, we just discard these 2. Okay. Try another Parallax Wave. He will have another counterspell, but will get 1 damage from that. Okay, but I still don't want to attack. It's fine to have the Mind Stones around to redraw some cards. Seal of Cleansing would be fine for Mox Diamond. We are not in a great spot. Okay, another Parallax Wave. He might have a third counterspell, but we need to get rid of the counterspells in any way. We are not in a good porting position because we do not have ports. Okay, I'm not even mad. If I have 3 waves, he can have 3 counterspells. So again, if he plays Gerrard's Verdict, I would be fine with discarding these, and we could have a great redraw then, which we can play counterspell proofed. So, great match. It's crazy how wide open the format is. and what you can play. It's so cool. Yeah, the verdict, as we called, but it's fine. Don't plan to play these. Okay, we can play Tomb and sacrifice both, but I think I start with sacrificing one. Okay, Port is not great at this point. He could get 3 life with a verdict now, so it might have been wrong to draw another one. But again, it would have made the library better again. So tap this, get 1 damage. Yeah, that's strong. Might play a big role later. Just shipping 1 damage in each turn. And it's so cool, he can't attack because he has to pay 2 mana. And he can't play creature spells, so if he does, he needs to sacrifice a Skirge. And here you see one reason I think Mox Diamond should not ever be banned, because it's enabling so cool decks. And it's a pillar of the format. Okay, I yielded through the turn, which might have been a bit too much, because I wanted to sacrifice it, but I get rewarded for it. Because now I can have exactly 7 mana and get the Eternal Dragon down. And that's a pretty strong attacker, or he might have a Swords to Plowshares, but if he swords it, we get life and he still needs to attack, pay for attacking. No sword is... It's not good for him. Or he is keeping this back. Maybe he wants to bait us into a double attack. Then play a sword on the dragon. Okay, no action here. Really want to draw a card. So we might have the same problem again with block plus burn spell, but I would be fine with that. Because burn hitting the dragon means no burn for the Muse. Okay. Do I want to sacrifice a Mind Stone? I think yes. Decree is okay. Not great. At this point, I could make 2 soldiers, so it is kind of great, I guess. But 2 soldiers, maybe I need to cut more decrees in this matchup against Fire and Ice. I don't want to port here. Don't know if it's a great difference with him having 4 mana or 5 now, because I really want to bring more pressure in with the decree. And if his answer for the 2 soldiers is a Fire and Ice, we are making a great deal there, because he needs to spend 2 mana and a card, while we drew another card. Mental Note? No, Gilded Drake. This is serious. I think he needs to probably change with the Windborn Muse, but I'm not sure. Exchange with the dragon. So this is tapped. Yeah, great game. And a very great card. I own one of these because I collected Urza's Saga some years ago. Okay. Interesting spot. So. I mean, 3/3 flying is pretty serious. Hope he does not have a stifle. Otherwise, we could have keep porting mana up. Mental note. Make 2 soldiers. Do I need to... Okay, great match. Thank you very much.